founder of the Psychic News Network. I noticed somebody saying, we win. I like that idea. I'll take that. I'll go with that. How you doing? What's new? New for me, I just want to let you know that I'm going to, I started yesterday, I started doing a 10-minute tune-in. Pre-recorded videos, I'll be doing those sporadically. I'll shoot for daily, but we'll see. And you'd have to look for those under the videos, not the lives. So, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy motorcycle riding. Just in time, it's been so quiet. The moon today is in, looks like, my calendar is not as close as it used to be. Let me check. Let me come back to you with the astrology report. The moon is in, it's in Virgo today. Thank you. Oh, somebody's on it. Thanks. And next week on the 13th, speaking of astrology, next week on the 13th, we're having a show. Kathy Beal and I are having our show next Tuesday. Mark your calendar, 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a lot to talk about. As usual, but this time it's a lot of good stuff. Happy hump day. We're going to play a little game tonight. Here's the game. I'll reintroduce the game, and when there are more people here. But we have an anonymous donor, as you know, if you've been showing up frequently, who donated 6 tea leaf readings, sent me a check, paid for 6 tea leaf readings, gave me a list of people that he suggested that he wanted to offer them to, and just 2 of the people decided they wanted to gift their tea leaf readings. So, we're going to play a little game tonight. And it's going to go like this. 2 people, if you want to receive a donated tea leaf reading, this will be the first round. I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 20, and whoever gets the number gets the tea leaf reading. And then you just have to send a message at psychic.annetteDion.com that you won a tea leaf reading. Okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 20. And I'm going to just write it down. And whoever wants it, if you have to want the tea leaf reading, then you'll win. So we'll do one contest now, and then we'll do one later. And I'll have to put my glasses on to follow along. Okay, the number is 8. Sequoia. Boy, that was quick. So the number is 8. So reach out to us. Go to psychic.annetteDion.com and lay your claim to your tea leaf reading, the complimentary one, thanks to our anonymous donor. And then as we go along tonight, about halfway through, I'll do the next one. Thank you for joining the contest. So, coming off an unbelievably charged rally with Kamala and Tim Walz, the MAGAs are just, they don't even know what to do with this, as we can see. Congratulations to the winner. And when you really look at Trump and MAGA and Kamala Harris and Walz and Trump and Vance, and they always talk about Planet B. It's like 2 completely different human specimens. They're in Detroit right now, Harris and Walz. Yeah, 2 completely different specimens of human beings. I mean, if you look at the split screen, Trump and Vance and Kamala and Walz, we are in historic times. we really are in historic times. It's incredible. Let's pull 3 cards from the this deck is called the Psychic Tarot, I believe, by John Holland. Cars are lined up for miles to get into the rally in Eau Claire. Is that how you say that? I'm going to pull 3 cards. And I'm going to pull 3 cards about how that whole thing is going. Trump hasn't been seen in the public since last Friday. So 3 cards about how the Harris walls. By the way, it's walls like walls in your house. I know we want to say waltz, but waltz has a T in it. It's walls like the walls in your house. Kamala Harris. Okay. These cards have been used so many times. I'll have to read them to you because some of the words have ripped off. I got 4 cards for Harrison Walls. Awareness, positive movement forward, deception and envy on the other side. These cards couldn't be more spot on. And this says, boy, that one really got ripped. Triumphant success. A ripping triumphant success. So that's how the Harris Walls ticket is going thus far. And it was just yesterday. Yeah, bingo, right? It was just yesterday. You like that Kamala calls him coach? Yeah. This guy couldn't be any more perfect. And I was all in for Mark Kelly. I was kind of in for Josh Shapiro. I just want to say here's the thing for me with Josh Shapiro. I'm going to ask the pendulum this. I love him. He's a great guy. I even made a sign months ago, and you might remember this, after I saw Josh Shapiro with a bunch of school kids around him, and then I found out Walls did the same thing. Sign in into law that they could receive free breakfast. They got 36 million in 24 hours. Is that recent, or are you talking about before? I think Josh Shapiro is awesome. I also wanted to see Josh Shapiro remaining in Pennsylvania because I think that Pennsylvania needs him. And just going back in a little bit of our history, do you remember what we went through with Doug Mastriano? Did I get any money? I didn't go to the post office yet, Cheryl. Be patient. I'll go tomorrow. Thank you. So Josh Shapiro, you know, when he defeated Doug Mastriano, it was like, whew, we dodged a bullet there. See, literally. Because Doug Mastriano was full-on violent MAGA. I don't know how these people get in the running. I hope that at least some people here are inspired and motivated to run for something. When all this craziness is over, maybe in a few years I'll run for something. And I do feel like people in general that have even a small like inkling that they'd like to be in charge and could do a good job. I feel like these people that are so violent and heinous and MAGA and cult members that have run for office or that are in office have motivated and inspired all of us that if they could get elected and they're totally incompetent and totally abhorrently just unbelievably stupid and ignorant and bigoted, then why don't we run? Damon's in the house. I guess they want me to ring a bell for you. I don't want to play favorites or anything. I'm glad you're all here, including Damon. Really. Run for something. There's an organization called Run for Something. But back to Josh Shapiro. I'm going to ask the pendulum this. And I've got nothing against this. I think, there's a saying that goes, great composers steal, mediocre composers borrow. I think it's Thomas Beecham quote, which I always love that one. You always want to follow a winning formula. You always want to follow what other people do that is really working for them. I think Josh Shapiro watches Obama videos and emulates the tempo of his speaking, emulates his voice inflections, emulates how he pauses in between phrases, because when Josh Shapiro is giving a speech, he sounds just like Obama. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just curious. It was kind of in my way of listening to him fully. Is Josh Shapiro consciously emulating Obama? Is that something that he... Yeah, I'm getting a yes on that. So, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think it's a little bit too obvious. And that's just me. That's just my opinion. He's awesome. This is like a stupid question. It's a stupid, irrelevant question. But I just kind of wondered if anybody noticed that. Yeah, Shapiro is awesome. So please don't think that I'm discrediting anything about him. I think he's a true public servant and a true patriot. I just think that he does that. And notice that I said, the next time you watch him, other people noticed, yeah. Notice that I said, like as a songwriter and a musician, I quoted Sir Thomas Beecham, who said, great composers steal, mediocre composers borrow. So I'm not like opposed to it. I just wondered if that's what was going on. You shut off Ari Melber when he interviewed Avenatti from Avenatti from prison. Yes, that was a while back, but I remember being furious about that, and I wrote to MSNBC about that. Switching topics, but it's all related. I'm still on my mainstream media fast. I'm still not watching mainstream media. I guess the motorcycles come out after work because it's been really quiet here today, relatively. I'm still not listening to mainstream media. I'm not watching mainstream media, except for a short amount of time. I did turn on Lawrence O'Donnell because the blackout ended on the 4th, technically, but there's a bunch of people that were involved in a media blackout. I don't miss it, and when I turned on Lawrence O'Donnell, he's always great. I did learn that Nancy Pelosi has a brand new book out. Ari had vampire Stephen Miller on tonight? Oh my gosh, do tell. Thank you, Zircon. Why? So you guys are watching it. Maybe they're trying to get more viewers. I don't know, because people would watch that. I wouldn't have watched it, but just out of curiosity. Wow, you turned it off. It was sickening. I encourage you to write to MSNBC about it. Write to Ari Melber. Say, WTF. Let me ask this since we're on the topic. Glad I didn't see it. I would have gone ballistic. Did they invite Stephen Miller on to get their ratings up? Not entirely. You know what I'm picking up? That they invited him on. Not entirely. It didn't say no. I'm picking up that they didn't really invite him on. He invited himself and they said okay. This is what democracy looks like. Yeah. You will not be buying Nancy's book? I bought it on Audible already. You're glad Biden is not talking to her? How do you know, Electra Storm, that Biden isn't talking to her? I don't know how you would be able to verify that. Yeah, well, Glenda, that's what I'm asking. I'm not getting that it was entirely that they were attempting to raise the number of viewers by having Stephen Miller on. I'm more getting that Stephen Miller wanted to come on, and so they said yes. That's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up that Stephen Miller wanted to go on MSNBC. So Ari Melber, who's the one who Peter Navarro just came right out and admitted he described a coup, so Ari Melber did that. So, okay, was Ari Melber going for a viral moment? Is that what he was doing with Stephen Miller? Not exactly. Did Stephen Miller call and ask, you like the sound of the motorcycles behind me? I'm glad someone can appreciate it. I don't know why they have to be so loud. Did Stephen Miller put any pressure on MSNBC to have him on? No. I really think it's just that Ari Melber was wanting to do something that was surprising and shocking, because if you want some activity on your media channel, opt for the something shocking thing, right? Opt for the shocking thing. That's what they do. Let's ask this. Let's get a bigger pendulum going. Let's ask, is Joe Biden angry at Nancy Pelosi? Okay, somebody's saying Joe Biden's angry. Is Joe Biden angry at Nancy Pelosi? I'm getting a no. You're going to a local independent bookstore to get Fred Trump's book. It's on. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Mary Trump's first book was excellent. Gave us a lot of good insight. Okay, I don't get that Joe Biden's mad at Nancy Pelosi. I mean, why would he be mad? Well, what he did. Remember, I told you Nancy Pelosi read the room. She knew that we didn't have the votes because too many people in America. Oh, you said she hasn't talked to him, but I gathered from what you were saying. I thought you meant that they were mad, that he was mad. Yeah, but Electra Storm, I thought you were saying that he was mad. That's how I read what you wrote. Yeah. You said she hasn't talked to him. Yeah, we weren't really talking about whether she had talked to him or not. Anyway, it's nothing. It's a kind of a moot point at this point. Okay, is Biden happy? Yeah, Biden's happy. I just read it wrong. It's so hard for me to see the chat. I apologize. I feel like when people aren't talking to each other, it's because they're mad. But, there can be other reasons. Ooh, that tea is ice cold. Nice weather here. Yeah, Joe is too nice, and they have such a long history, so he'll talk to her eventually. Maybe he's just, well, actually, I pick up that Joe Biden is very busy getting things accomplished. Damon needs his eyes checked bad. I know. I don't even bother. I think Biden is really busy. Nose to the grindstone. Really busy. Getting as much done for our democracy as he can. Yeah, Joe Biden's fine. He's fine. Including reforming the Supreme Court. Really nice day here today. No humidity and a little bit cool. Three cards about I'm going to pull 3 cards about how Joe Biden is doing with all of his plans to put in place to save our democracy. How is that going? Remember, during the time that everybody was panicked and freaking out and saying he's too old and he needs to step down and blah, blah, blah. We don't realize how hard and complex of a job the presidency is. You know, we wouldn't know unless we were doing the job. He was negotiating in the final stages of getting the hostages released the whole time that the Democrats are ganging up on him to drop out of the race. Talk about pressure. Yeah, he's probably happy he gets to leave after January. I really don't think Joe Biden has a big ego. I don't think that at all. They all turn white. Yeah, they all age in office. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is what Joe Biden's up to. It's right here. This card's is spot on tonight. Just spelling it out for us. This is what Joe Biden is up to. He did say a one-term president. And in 2020, I kept preaching, probably preaching to the choir, but I kept preaching and preaching. We need him to fill that Oval Office. We just need him in that seat. That was the most important thing. Yes. This is what Joe Biden's working on. And I was just talking about him reforming the Supreme Court. In that scorpionic way, he's not going to settle for less than reforming the court. He's not going to stand for less than reforming the court. And the 3 of Wands, he's being pretty successful. He wants, see how her back is we're looking at her back, not the front of her. So what this is about is what he wants to leave behind as his legacy. That's what he's working on. He's going to put the pieces in place to reform the court. The court is completely illegitimate. The court is doing the opposite of its job. The Supreme Court, let's be real. The Supreme Court has, in a domino effect kind of a way, the United States Supreme Court has taken away our rights, saying, no, you can't do this, you don't have this freedom, you don't have that freedom, you don't have this freedom, you don't have that freedom, you don't have freedom from bump stocks on guns, you don't have freedom for bodily autonomy, you don't have freedom for voting rights, you don't have the freedom to know that the government is overseeing environmental protections, you don't have, including the FDA, for goodness sake. So, what Biden is working on is reforming the Supreme Court, because because the Supreme Court is supposed to represent the United States Constitution and uphold it. And they have not. And that's first and foremost on his mind, because if the Supreme Court was not reformed ever, we would no longer have a democracy. Yeah, we're not protected from having a dictator. It's unbelievable. It is the antithesis of American democracy. So it needs a complete overhaul, and it looks like Joe Biden is going to succeed at that. Let's talk about Jenna Ellis flipping like a pancake. Do you have a question about Jenna Ellis? Okay, so the moon in Virgo today. That would be a good day to get stuff done. Joe is thrilled. Yeah, Joe is thrilled. Joe Biden is thrilled. That Kamala is doing what she's doing. So let's pull 3 cards about Harris and Walz. Biden just said in an interview that he's worried about Trump not accepting the 2024 results when he loses and will cause a bloodbath. Well, I'm worried about that too. Here's the deal. I'm hoping... We'll read on it too. I think we've read on it before. Yes, we have. We'll read on it again. I'm hoping that what's happening with our military even, and our intelligence agencies, is that what they're doing now is making sure they have protections in place for the American citizens after Kamala wins. And before all this happened with Kamala and everything, I've said several times that I see a strong military presence during the election. Let's see if that checks out with the pendulum. We'll pick this one. Is it going to work? Is it going to require, are we going to see, based on the energies right now, a military presence during the election time? It's not decided yet. Okay, 3 cards about the Harris-Walz campaign, the momentum of it. Oh, and by the way, I'm reading on the Harris campaign, but I want to tell you that I've had this really strong feeling lately that Judge Chutkan is a force to be reckoned with. Judge Chutkan, for her, it's gotten personal, is what I pick up. And she's bound and determined to have the trial that she's planning to have prior to November 5th. But right now, we're reading on the Biden-Walz campaign. I know. Creepy Vance just showed up at Harris's rally. Strong messaging, picking the same Ace of Swords. This is about strong messaging, and I just got this on Joe Biden. Strong messaging for the Harris-Walz campaign. 3 of Cups, celebrate, 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 celebrate good times. Totally. Yes, Judge Chutkan, I feel like we'll read about that next. And the 7 of Pentacles, sometimes I have to think about what this card is in the Rider-Waite. The 7 of Pentacles is, okay. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work. Yeah, there's going to be a strong military presence for election time. Not as much as the inauguration of Joe Biden, but a very strong presence. I see, yeah, this is a celebration card. This is Kamala Harris and Walz. The Ace of Swords, hugely strong messaging. What I see is, and we've already seen this, is, oh my gosh. Some people are really good at coining phrases. I feel like I'm pretty good at that, being a songwriter. Maybe you're good at that too. I feel like they're going to, the Harris campaign is going to be really great at those little, memes, those little snippets. We're not going back, right? And I love when they say, we're not going back, because my book line on my song about January 6th is, we won't be backing down. We're taking back democracy, we won't be backing down. But, Tim got that whole weird thing going. The MAGAs are weird. Party are weird. So there's a lot of that, because I have this strong communication card. The Ace of Swords. Yes, mind your own damn business. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. We're taking back our flag too. And how about when the crowd in Pennsylvania started chanting, USA, USA? I loved it. Because we haven't been doing that. What does Shady Advance expect to happen? He's showing up. He's kind of following the Harris campaign. Shady Vance. Yeah, I'll ask about Mike Johnson upon request. He's following Kamala, and when they have a rally, then J.D. Vance goes there and has a rally. And I heard that J.D. Vance had about 200 people at one of his rallies. Tim Walz is a great example of get it done. Yeah, you'll be noticing a lot of little snippets. A lot of like 3-word phrases, quotes from the Harris campaign. Even here in the USA chant during the Olympics this past week. All right. When we get 5 more people in the chat, we'll do a group hug. If we don't, we'll have to forego it. Please hit the thumbs up, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Poor Taylor Swift had to cancel a concert in Austria because of a terrorist threat. Our intelligence picked it up. We need our intelligence, right? That's sad. Alright. If Mike Johnson is going... Okay, I just wanted to ask. Judith is asking, can I ask if Mike Johnson is going to be taken out of the House leadership by Thanksgiving? I'm getting a yes on that. I'm not really able to shake this feeling that justice is coming. Yeah, thank God they picked up the terrorist threat. Can't shake this feeling that justice is coming for the MAGA insurrectionists in Congress sometime this, like, late summer. Alright, MAGA Mike. I'm just going to use these cards to see if he'll be leaving by Thanksgiving. This, I don't even need 3 cards. This flipped right up. I think it's very likely he'll leave. MAGA Mike will leave. I do think, I mean, he was one of the insurrection. He was part of the insurrection. Okay, so he'll be leaving before Thanksgiving. As we're feeling the energy getting amped up around, you know, like maybe we're not going to take it anymore might be a slogan. They have been quiet. Yeah, MAGA Congress has been quiet. Even when they're out of session right now. But we still usually hear from them. Time to switch to the nefarious cards. Imagine being embarrassed to flag the American flag in front of your house because of Trump. That's what infuriates you beyond reason. Hang it anyway, James. Hang the American flag anyway. And hang the American flag proudly. This is what I suggest, and I hope you do it. Hang your American flag proudly. Don't let them steal that from us. We all had it first, right? I don't know what I probably put my flags away after the 4th of July, but I'll get my flags back out. How's that? Do not let them win. Definitely do not let them win. That's not what we want to do, all right? Promise me. Promise me. I have not booked my flight to DC yet. Waiting for business to pick up a bit. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. You have a flagpole with a beautiful American flag. Fly it freely. I don't know what's up with where I live, but there's flags everywhere. You don't even own a flag? There are flags. There's a flag right next door. It's called, it's a club. There's a flag that's an Italian club. There's a flag every 100 feet, I think. And this is not MAGA territory. You see Trump flags once in a while, but yes. Flagpole and flag at Walmart cost over $50. Is that a problem? Is that what you're saying? Democracy's worth it. Okay. Walz is using Springsteen music. What's up with Trump bashing Bruce Springsteen? All right, I'm just going to pull 3 cards on Donald Trump, whose Truth Social posts are getting so convoluted that you can't even follow the thread to figure out what he's saying. I guess Donald thinks I'm trying to wrap my mind around. I guess the Donald is posting that Joe Biden was treated badly and that the Democrats conducted a coup and they kicked Biden out, and that Biden should now, this is what Trump is saying, right? And Biden should be mad, and then, I don't know, the whole thing fell apart. I don't even know what he meant. Did you guys see that? Cheryl has Trumpers behind her, and yeah, don't worry about it. Just blast their homes with white light. Oh, Warren's alerting me, group hug time. We have 201. Let's see if it stays. Please hit the thumbs up too, and then we'll do a group hug. 3 cards. I almost said 4 cards, so I'll pull 4 cards about what is going on with the Donald. Can you leave flags up at night, or do you have to take them down? I think, flag etiquette has kind of fallen by the wayside, unfortunately, but people keep them up at night. I mean, if you go to, like, say, City Hall, I don't know, seems like they're up at night. More thumbs up, please, and then we'll do a group hug. Tina's ready for a hug. Let's get at least 20 more thumbs up, then we'll do a group hug. It only takes a split second. Oh, if there's no light, the flag has to be down. See, maybe we can relearn our flag etiquette. Because I'm pretty appalled at what I see people doing to the American flag. Thank you, Cheryl. Please donate. How the loser is doing. Remember, this card has come to represent the power of Kamala Harris. We won't say that she's Lizzie Borden, but anyway, it's a great intensity here. You guys, I'm impressed that you know the flag etiquette. You're supposed to have the flag lit at night. A lot of you know. I'm really impressed. I didn't know. Yeah, you could. Wildflower Wind said she could put a light on it. Yeah, do it. I'm reading on the welfare of Donald Trump, or lack thereof. Yeah, let's bring our flag back. I'm going to dig my flags out of the closet and I'm going to put them back up again. Right? We have, by the way, speaking of patriotism, I keep forgetting to tell you, I still have pocket constitutions if you want me to send you a pocket constitution. You need to send me your address. Okay. Damon was a Boy Scout. Good for you. That was drilled into you. Yeah. This is how Trump is doing. This is Kamala Harris. This is Kamala Harris ruling the day. There's a Conway banner where the thumbs up is supposed to be. I'm confused. What are you talking about? The Four of Swords, Trump is physically exhausted. I really get that that's why we haven't seen him doing rallies. I don't think he can. Oh, Michael was assigned to putting the flags up and down in the ship. I'm very impressed, you guys. 10 of Wands. This is about Trump having too much on his plate to handle, so I think he's checking out. Under my live. What are you seeing? Your cemetery took all your small flags which had prayers on them for your mom. Well, I think that whoever stole the flags that were there for your mom has got bad karma coming to them. Also learned how to fold the American flag. Yes, it's kind of complicated. we want to do a group hug for, do you want to do a group hug for Taylor Swift and the Swifties? It kind of really stinks that they had to cancel a concert in Austria because of terrorist threats. I wonder where the terrorist threats were from. Want to do that? Let's do that. We'll do a group hug, and maybe after we do a group hug, Taylor Swift will endorse Kamala Harris. All right? 1, 2, 3. And for Tim and, for all that. The Taylor Swift coming out in support of Harris, protection for all the people at her concerts and all the people at rallies, and a strong United States. All right. Good job. Thank you for the group hug. Who asked me a question? They canceled 3 concerts in Austria. Yeah, well, let's ask this. Okay. Did the terrorist threats originate in the United States? I'm getting a yes on that. That felt good. Yeah, the group hug feels good. Did the terrorist threats in Austria originate from the United States? I'm getting a yes. Were they threats of, okay, let me ask this. It's kind of like if somebody pulled a smoke alarm, for example. I'm just making an example. And there was no fire, but they just pulled it just for a prank. Then that would be like, everyone would have to leave the building for really nothing. What is it? One of those kinds of things. Who's calling me? Somebody named Potential Spam is calling me. Was it a threat with substance behind the threat? No, I'm getting that it was just a threat, like a bomb threat. So that's what I'm getting. If it's any consolation, I know it's probably not that much consolation. Okay, so it looks like Trump is very physically not energetic enough. Let's ask about how his rallies will go. He doesn't have very many on the books. Okay. Plus, as it said in the military, her concerts are a target-rich environment. Yep. They arrested 2 people, so it was more than just a threat they were planning. What I got was, but what I was asking was, okay, so the terrorist threat in Austria at the Taylor Swift concerts, were there things like bombs in place, were things in place? Was the question. I know I probably wasn't clear about the question. Or was it a threat only that they were acting on? Of course they would have to act on a threat. That's what I was looking at. Okay. Yeah, the people were found. But what I was thinking when I was asking the question was whether there was weaponry in place. You think they found chemicals? Yeah. It's hard to know, right? For sure. 3 cards about Trump and rallies. What are we going to get about that? Trump, my goodness, where does the time go? It's going fast. Hello, Paula. Will it be a landslide? Yes. It's already a landslide. This presidential election is already a landslide. So Barbara's saying they found some of the materials for making the bombs in the suspect's house. Yeah. Okay, the seagulls agree. The seagulls are laughing at 45. I feel like I'm asking about the Trump rallies. Now it's interesting what I'm getting. Electra Storm is saying, I love how VP Harris is going to the same place as Trump and she has more people. Yeah, I did notice that. Welcome, Montreal. Thanks for being here. All right. The Trump rallies. This is what I'm picking up. That Trump will do rallies, but he's doing them as, the only reason he's doing them at all is to impress his buddies that he loves, like Kim Jong-un and Putin, and you know the people, the list. But Donald Trump with the hangman card means he's gonna have to cave in. Linda, you were in Salem? Oh, really? Now you're at the airport? Oh, sorry you didn't get to stay longer, Linda, with the weather being so nice. So Trump and rallies, the Page of Wands. Okay, what Trump is going to do is send out his surrogates to get the message out to vote for him. And then they'll never have to vote again, you know how he says? They're going to need a football stadium next for Kamala. Well, yeah, we can ask about that if they're going to do that. Yes, we had the hugs. We had the hugs a little while ago. Maria. Sorry you missed it. You can do a group hug now. Do a little mini hug. Trump wants to do the rallies simply so his dictator buddies like Orban and Kim Jong-un and Putin and Xi can all see him. But he's gonna have to give them up. And he's gonna send his surrogates out. So that's like J.D. Vance and the rest of them. And like the Stephen Millers. And Stephen Miller he's infested by a demon. He can't even stand to look at that weird person. Okay, give hugs to anyone that missed it. All right, group hugs. I've got a bunch of cards in my hands. If you just joined us, I was kind of doing a little little game because two of the tea leaf reading recipients wanted to donate their tea leaf reading. Yeah, Stephen Miller is a demon, you're right. So what I just did was the first person, Sequoia, I think was the handle, got the number. So whoever gets a number. The second tea leaf reading that's hanging around for somebody to claim. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 20. I'm going to write the number down, and then whoever gets that number wins. A number from 1 to 20. Wait, I haven't started yet. I haven't written the number down yet. Okay, the number's written down. And whoever gets it, when you get the number, whoever gets it, send a message. Go to psychicannetteDion.com and send a message. And as soon as somebody gets the number that I wrote down, first of all, think that you're psychic. Second of all, you will have won. I don't see it yet. No, a number between 1 and 20. Not yet. Thank you, Electra Storm, for saying you really enjoy your tea leaf readings. I appreciate the testimonials. Not yet. Nobody's got it yet. I'm going to pull 3 cards about MAGA. Not yet. No, nobody's got it yet. MAGA. When I see it, I'll let you know. MAGA. All the information about January 6th is going to resurface. I'm watching the numbers. Nobody's got it yet. Number between 1 and 20. It has to be here. And if nobody gets it, we'll just do it again on Friday. MAGA. Okay, so I'm asking about MAGA. I'm asking about the entire MAGA movement. All the information about January 6th is going to be pulled back out off the shelf. MARES got the number. Ding 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 16. This is a fun game. All right, we got it. Good job. Beatrice is saying it late. No, it's MARE, like the ocean. MARE You won. Send a message at psychicannettedion.com. Just send a message from there and we'll get you set up. Say that you won. And thank you to our anonymous donor who bought 6 tea leaf readings. It really helped my finances. Thank you. So as far as the MAGA movement goes, the 6 of Cups, there's going to be a lot more information coming out once again. Congratulations. About January 6th. So I think, yeah, that was fun. Maybe I'll play more games. I think that what I was saying earlier about Judge Chutkin is this is gonna reemerge. Warren, relax. I'll get you a tea leaf reading if you want. And this is the Justice card. How MAGA is doing is they're not done with the insurrectionist charges. The first 16 was Ann Harding. All right, well, reach out to me if you were first and I missed it. We'll give you something. Is an Iraqi diner going to come up in value? I don't know what that means. 45 cases are not over yet. He must be fuming. Yes, I do see that what's going to happen is it's going to fall apart. The whole January 6th charging the insurrectionists is right. The guides are saying it's right in the middle. Oh, she said Sweet 16. That's probably why I missed it. Yeah, reach out to me. We'll get you something. I'm not going to just leave you with nothing if you got it. I promise. It sounds ominous what I'm saying. Oh, dinar is their dollar. That's how worldly I am. Jeesh. I'm reading some tea leaves. Trump is falling apart. That's true. So just the 2 people that hit 16, both of you reach out to me. We'll get you set up. Yeah, I mean, because it was my fault that I missed it. That I missed the first person who got the right number. I want you all to know that we already have, this is just the energy of what I'm picking up on. Energetically. I hate to sound like Trump. So forgive me if this sounds like Trump. Because he said this election night, late at night, when the ballots weren't all in. Clearly, it takes a long time. He said these words. Frankly, we already won this election. Oh my gosh, that was such a horrible, horrible, horrible time. Thank you, Betty. I do my best to be fair. We've already won this election. Yes, Bill Barr will be indicted. Yeah, Vance and 45 haven't been together since the RNC. No, I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, and but if you want a tea leaf reading, I'll do that. We have already won this election energetically. It's already to the point, a little more than 2 weeks in, where the numbers are already there. Let me be clear. It's obvious. It doesn't take a psychic. The American people do not want Donald Trump. The cult members do. All those Trump flags you see flying are because they've been fed a load of crap that's not true. So let's proceed as if we know that. Anybody who comes to Church of Spirituality, who comes to the Guided Meditation for a Healed America, who reads the prayer that we read every single week that I adapted and wrote for a Healed America, everybody here that knows the work that I do, thank you for your donation, Betty, I appreciate it, knows that, and if you know the law of metaphysics, know that in order to have what we desire, we have to be in it emotionally as if it's already so. So let me just give you like a quick little lesson. Anything in your life that you want to have happen, the law of attraction says that you want to feel the feeling as if it's already so. So just use your imagination and imagine, if you want to be like a movie star, imagine yourself in that energy and then work really hard towards it, whatever it is. The energy right now is in a landslide. The Harris Walls ticket has already won. Energetically, way more of the American people. I think the past couple election cycles, we've won by a lot, including the midterms. So, forwarding a little bit, what we need now is to protect ourselves from any plans for a violence that the Project 2024 5 and the Heritage Foundation have planned, and this, the violent coup. So we can be at the stage where we're already sending out prayers, intentions, vibrations for us to remain safe. And we want to do that all the time anyway. So, they've already lost. They have already lost. You're a little late with your number, Wilk. Number 7. We'll do another raffle kind of game like that again. Okay? So I'm telling you this because it's so important. Be in the mindset that we've already won. The energy is there. Think I made myself clear? And now we just have to, do the actions. Okay? We just need to do the actions. We need to check and make sure that we're still registered to vote, because a lot of people are being kicked off the voting registration. They're being kicked off at their voting places. So make sure. This is a time to make sure that our voices are heard. They know they've lost. I think that's absolutely true. I think that's absolutely true. I think that it's a winning ticket, and it'll be numbers too big to rig. So what the MAGAs are attempting to do, the MAGAs in positions of power, what they're attempting to do is make sure our votes don't get counted. That's the state that we're at. That's where we are. Let's read some tea leaves, but before I go and read the tea leaves, you don't mind if I do a commercial, do you? Everybody else does. Please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. The kitty holler's so late. Oh, sorry. Zircon has been kicked off this channel. Yeah, YouTube messes with me all the time. I'm starting to be more drawn to the YouTube channels because I'm a big YouTube watcher. I'm starting to be drawn in. This is an odd thing. I don't think it's just because I am having this problem with YouTube, with my numbers not going up. I'm starting to notice the YouTube channels that have low numbers of views and being more intrigued and curious and interested in watching those channels than the ones with the high numbers, because to me, now that's becoming suspect. Some of them are legit, but some of those numbers are not. So I'm starting to wear this as a badge of honor in a certain way. And we know that Google is getting in trouble, and I'm going to look more into that. I know that Google is going to be held accountable for unfair practices. So, it'll be interesting. Let's go to the tea leaves, shall we? Oh, I didn't finish my commercial. I got on a rant. I do StreamYard on Fridays with Terry helping. Some do StreamYard because they got kicked off. They got kicked off? Why did they get kicked off? My business, my income, my ability to pay my bills is dependent on generating business. So, it's just like your local business. You want to help them out. I went to the farmer's market today. I got some more flowers. I spend a bunch of money at the farmer's market because I want to support it because I think it's a good thing. So, and they're doing good work and they deserve it. Please support my business by being a patron, being a member, but getting readings. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Also, bear with me, because I do have to talk about what I'm doing. Yeah, they're breaking up the monopolies. That's great. YouTube kicked the people off their channels. That's interesting. All right, I do have Church of Spirituality. Yes, please leave a comment too. At Church of Spirituality. Oh my God, if you're not watching Church of Spirituality, you're missing out on a free opportunity to be uplifted. On Tuesday nights, which is last night, I do a discussion of the readings from Sunday. If you want spiritual wisdom and upliftment, I've dedicated my whole life to this. You can get it there at Church of Spirituality. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up on that channel because it is new. The church isn't new, but the channel is new. And on Saturday, the Psychic Summer School series continues. Thank you, Betty. We have a meditation class on Saturday. I know a lot of you know who Sadhguru is. I'm going to just tell you right now that, it's not a brag, it's just the truth. I know Sadhguru personally. He taught me everything that I know about meditation. And I'm offering a class on Saturday, not teaching the type of meditation because I'm not qualified that he taught, but everything that I know about meditation. Meditation de-ages you. Meditation keeps your brain firing on all cylinders. Meditation has been proven to lower blood pressure. Meditation has been proven to alleviate some depression and to improve your energy, improve how you feel, to give you an overall sense of having, low, like peacefulness, like low anxiety and all that. So please sign up for that meditation class this Saturday. I've only got a few people signed up. Go to PsychicAnnetteDion.com for that. And Grassroots of Democracy, we're still meeting. I'm taking donations for my trip to DC. I haven't booked it yet, to go hang out with Glenn Kirshner, get my song up. My song is on this channel, and please share that song. And there's so many other things to tell you, but we're running out of time. But before I go to the tea leaves, Lacey's saying that some readers talk in code so the discourse doesn't alert the algorithm, such as calling Trump 45. Do you know how many YouTube channels are going gangbusters because they're MAGA? Okay. Underneath Jupiter, I see a goose flying. I see a goose. Hang on a second, because I'm going to see if I can find... Don't leave yet. Remember, I'm back on Friday. There's a goose in here. There's a goose in here. Hang on. There's a goose in this book. Because I definitely see a goose. Underneath Jupiter. You'll only hear this kind of language here. There's a goose under Jupiter. A goose always applies to someone you will be dealing with during the time indicated. That person will be quarrelsome, cranky, and difficult to deal with. So what this is saying is, it is Trump. It is. He's going to get worse and worse and worse in a big way because it's right under Jupiter. All right? Get ready for that. There is an axe. This is interesting because it looks like an axe and it looks like a gun also. This is pointing to the PTSD he has from almost having been assassinated. And what's happening is, this is about Trump. What's happening is his goose is cooked. And he has PTSD. Maybe I do too, I don't know. From having almost been shot in the head. He's not doing well. We're going to see his cantankerous, cranky self in a big way. And goose means community too. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of double meanings in the tea leaves. It really does look like a goose, doesn't it? All right, now we have Mars here. A lot of activity. And there's that looks like a cat. That looks like the back of a cat with a tail. This could have to do with this could have to do with childless cat ladies coming out and fighting. I do feel this kind of warrior energy around this portion. I feel like this is a horn. And this is the Kamala Harris energy getting louder. The people that's not just the women. Under Mercury, I'm kind of picking up. That looks like a rosebud. I kind of am picking up more love. I know it's hard to believe. You saw a picture of Waltz petting a cat. Oh, that's interesting. This looks like a rose underneath Mercury. First of all, Mercury retrograde, I just want you to know, is a wonderful time. Mercury retrograde is a wonderful time to redo, to reflect, to have reunions, to do all the RE things. So, there's a lot of cat memes coming out. I didn't know that. I know everyone thinks I'm a cat person, but I don't have a cat. Can we do a class on reading tea leaves? Yeah, eventually. This is telling me that the media is going to be forced, the mainstream, to have a more positive message. Waltz owns the cat. Okay, that makes sense. Walls, I'm saying his name wrong. So that's, I saw Lawrence O'Donnell last night, and it was great. And I might watch Lawrence O'Donnell again tonight, but I gotta tell you, what makes it hard for me also to watch mainstream media is I remembered how much I hate the commercials. They're gonna get better. Not great, but they're gonna get better, and I think that Fox is going down too. I think Fox is, before we go, I'm gonna just ask the pendulum, is Fox losing viewers? Is Fox losing viewers? It's not really clear. It's not really, this is like, when the pendulum does this, it means it's doing a clearing. So all I have to say is Fox, and it's like, let's clear that energy. We had a pendulum class last Saturday. It was great. Yeah. Right now, it's way negative. Fox is way negative. It's just going to get more and more and more and more negative. Look at Chuck's quote. No comment. All right. Well, I've gone over an hour. I love you guys, and I'm just under 200. Thank you for being here. Someday we're going to look back. Someday we're going to look back and we're going to say we were all present for all of this, and we helped to save democracy. Our discussion group is tomorrow night, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. If you're not signed on to a pro-democracy organization, check yourself and ask yourself why not. But I know you all are. Okay. Thank you. Have a great night. See you Friday. Come to our Grassroots of Democracy meetings. Okay. Bye. Yes, we made it. Bye.